are listening to the Atheist Antidote Show.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brock Lawley. I am the Atheist Antidote. I have a lighthearted but very insightful podcast for you today about how to gain a beautiful woman, but not just a beautiful woman. No, not just a beautiful woman, but a beautiful, well-rounded woman. There is a trick to it, ladies and gentlemen. Yours truly knows the trick, and I am willing to share it with you here on this podcast right after we hear from my brand new sponsor, Speak Easy Language Software. Be right back.
Ever seeing that beautiful girl at that place that you were at last weekend? Go to talk to her, try to get to know her. Unfortunately, you come to find out she doesn't speak English. What's up, sweetheart? You looking good? You come out here a lot?
Я вас не понимаю.
Don't let situations like that stop you from reeling in that perfect catch. 2 weeks of our language learning software, and you'll have an accent. Привет, девушка. 4 weeks of the language learning software, you'll sound cute to her. Привет, девушка. Как дела?
Aww.
6 months of this language learning software, and you'll be teaching her grammar.
Я пойду в комнату ванную.
Actually, sweetheart, it's вам на коета. To order Speakeasy, send 4 easy payments of $89.99 plus shipping and handling. Product does not guarantee you will get a woman. Product does not guarantee that it will work. Product will not make you more handsome. Will not get rid of your gut. Product does not guarantee you will become charming, witty, clever, or funny. Product does not protect against belligerence, drunkenness, body odor, STDs, or acne.
Okay, thank you very much to my new sponsor, Speak Easy Language Software. I really do hope that helps a lot of you gentlemen find yourselves like a baby in the corner, not pulling the hotties, basically because you get all tongue-twisted, more specifically because you can't speak their language. But you know, beyond the obvious language impediment that this commercial's depicting, there's another language impediment for men, and that's just the feminine mind. And I'd like to speak a little secret to you today. I'd like to whisper one into your proverbial ear. And I think this should help you. I call this the stock investment syndrome, or the stock investment theory concerning women. And here's how it goes. And I thought about this. When I was in high school, there was this circle of friends that I ran in. Ran in a lot of different circles of friends. And this particular one, there was this girl. Her name was Dawn. She was always around all the time. She was around all of us. Very tomboyish, but like a 5 on the tomboy scale. But she was always around. Cool girl, quick to laugh, had a great disposition, sweet. But the kind of girl that you see right through, just didn't have the glitz, the glitter, the glamour that the young, foolish adolescent male is looking for in high school. But I had this one friend, his name was Richard. And Richard really, really liked Dawn. The rest of us, like I said, on to greener pastures, so we thought. Not Richard. Richard saw between the lines. Richard saw the Steve Jobs Apple stock back in the 1980s. That's what he saw. He saw Dawn was it. Dawn was the only one for Richard. I never understood it. My friends never understood it. We just couldn't make heads or tails of this thing. Dawn? Seriously? Dawn? This is who you're after? Dawn? Okay, jump ahead 10 years after high school. And I come home, back home to my hometown. It's like Thanksgiving or something. And I run in to none other than Dawn and Richard. And guess who is out of this galaxy smoking hot? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Dawn. Now, here's the thing. Richard always looked like he jumped out of the ugly tree and hit every single branch, and even maybe hit a rake with his face after he hit the ground. That was just Richard's plight in life. Richard looked like that only 10 years older with another 20 pounds of saddle weight. Not Dawn. Dawn literally looked like she just stepped off of the runway in Milan. But guess what else I noticed? Dawn had a big, fat diamond ring on her hand. And guess who gave it to her? Richard. Okay, what's the moral of the story? Why are you going on and on, Brock? Well, here's the moral of the story. What Richard saw, which I've later come to develop into this theory, is that in high school, if a girl is very beautiful or seen as very beautiful, this sets a bad precedent in most cases. Because beautiful women, they don't have to go through the turnstiles or the toll booths of life, which, by the way, create character in all of our lives, men and women. But beautiful women especially, they get to be on easy street. And when you're on easy street, people laugh at whatever you say. It's kind of irrelevant whether you're actually funny. People always think you're clever. It's kind of irrelevant whether or not you're actually sharp. On and on and on. And this especially is the case when you get deep into character and substance and who this person really is. Whether they're made of the good stuff. The stuff that matters way beyond the physical and when the physical leaves. But in Richard's case, he gets the cake and he gets to eat it too. And let me assure you, it was all over his chin when I saw him. He knew what he had and he was gloating about his accomplishment. And it gets me thinking what you want to do if you're like an 18-year-old guy and you're listening to this. And I got lucky in my case because I didn't even know my wife in high school. I didn't realize this, but what happened to my wife in high school is she really, really was outspoken about her faith, and she really wore her faith on her sleeve. And so as a result of that, she would wear like Christian t-shirts and all these different things, and it kept the boys away, despite the fact that my wife is a 36, 24, 36, which stereotypically would bring all the boys to the yard. But my wife was able to elude this like landmine of high school where the guys just prey on these women and destroy them psychologically and physically. Then I meet my wife in college. Well, she's like a rose that bloomed. And then I quickly slipped a ring on her finger because she's a wonderful, well-rounded, three-dimensional woman. But if you're an 18-year-old in high school right now, look in between the lines, gentlemen. See if you can find a little stock investment. See if you can find a little Apple stock. See if you can find a Dawn. And Dawns aren't going to pop out at you with the lip gloss. Dawns might actually be in the circle of friends that you're running in right now that you look right beyond. Hope that helps you. You're welcome. This is the Atheist Antidote Show.
You are listening to the Atheist Antidote Show.